If a woman is done with you, you will notice these 6 signs. Here's something you might not expect. A woman rarely tells you directly when she is done. Her actions speak volumes first. There are obvious signs that many men ignore, and by the time they realize it, it's already over. In today's video, we will dive into the 6 shocking ways a woman indicates she is done with the relationship, so you may realize them before it's too late. 1. She stops initiating conversations. Remember those moments when your phone was vibrating non-stop with her messages? When she would text you randomly, check in on your day, or simply say hello because she was always thinking about you? Well, if this is transformed into radio silence, there is a problem. If a woman's interest declines, so does her natural desire to reach out. It's like she's participating in an extreme version of the be patient for him to text first game, but this time, she's no longer playing. She is done with the relationship. When you find yourself continually being the conversation starter, it's next to trying to keep the bonfire burning with wet matches, frustrating and eventually pointless. 2. Her responses become short and distant, so you have gathered enough courage to send a message to her. And what do you get in return? Pathetic. When her statements start appearing like they've been run through a word-shrinking machine, this is a clear red flag. Gone are the times of paragraph-long texts and passionate responses. Now it is like pulling teeth to get more than a few phrases out of her. Your passionate messages are met with a single-word answer or dreaded read receipts with no response. If your conversations seem more one-sided, she's definitely already got one foot out the door. 3. She avoids spending time with you. Suddenly, she's busier than usual. Each time you suggest going out together, she's got plans, a headache, or her pet goldfish needs urgent medical attention. When a woman is done with the relationship, your invitations begin feeling like burdens to her. Pay close attention to the excuses. Are they unclear? Do plans often fall apart at the last minute? If you're noticing more of her excuses than her face, you have to face the music. She's setting up distance. And it's not the social type. Remember that whenever someone wants to see you, they create time, not excuses. 4. She no longer fights or cares about difficulties. Now, this might sound paradoxical, but listen to me. A total lack of arguments might really be a negative sign. When she quits working for the relationship or cares about resolving issues, it is like she's raised the white flag of surrender. Imagine this: arguing, when done effectively, demonstrates investment. It implies that you both care enough to resolve issues. But when your problems are addressed with a shrug and a whatever, it's not because she's abruptly become a Zen master. She is definitely done with the relationship. A lack of interest is a real relationship killer here. If she's no longer concerned about making things work, it can be because she's already emotionally moved on. No disagreements do not always mean peaceful sailing. In some cases, it means the ship has already sunk. 5. She spends more time on her phone around you. Imagine this: you're ultimately together, but she is more interested in Facebook than your face. Whenever a woman is done, her phone turns into a fast escape door from interacting with you. If your time together feels like you're struggling with a 6-inch screen for attention, she is definitely swiping left on your relationship in her thoughts. Indeed, we all use cell phones, but there's a difference between the occasional checking and being hooked to the screen. When she would rather scroll through strangers' lives than engage in her own with you, it's proof that she's seeking entertainment and connections somewhere else. Your riveting interaction has become more boring than cat videos, and that is saying something. 6. She stops talking about the future together. Remember when "we" was her most favorite word? When she would speak about future travels, moving in together, or perhaps what you would name your hypothetical pet. If those discussions have faded away faster than a puddle in the Sahara, it's an indication that she is done with the relationship. Whenever a woman no longer considers you in her future, she stops involving you in her plans. Pay close attention to her language. Has "we should do this in the future" changed into "I might do this"? For her future objectives, notably solo. It's not only about significant life-changing plans either. Even minor things, like not including you in weekend activities or not consulting you while making decisions, might be a signal. If someday and we should have disappeared from her words, She's definitely envisioning a future solo flight.